night, 51 points. Maybe the most quiet 15-point game you'll see in your life. It was wild to me. Thunder, they get their 50th win, but the Lakers are behind them in the West as the 2 seed. Lakers have the best record of the last 6 weeks, but the Thunder are still reigning with the best record in the West by a long shot. Shady McCoy, you love the game of basketball. You are not shy about it. How wide is the gap in your mind between the 1-seeded Thunder, 2-seeded Lakers?
Oh, it's close. You know, you talk about teams that both get out there on a break, they run the floor, they can score well. Only thing is, it's tough because I look at OKC and how young, how talented they are, how athletic they are, right? They play some good defense. Yeah. They athletic, they tall.
Are athletic.
But then the Lakers, then they have that thing where we got 2 superstar players that can score and close games out.
Right.
You know, I do think that people's not going to like this, but SGA, to me, man, he's the best player in the league right now. Mm-hmm. People don't like that, right? Because you want to be Luka, you want to be LeBron, but, man, that young boy balling. Right? This ain't his first 50-point game. This ain't his second 50-point game. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see in the playoffs how things work out, because I do think that sometimes, like, experience does really matter, and they have a young team. But one thing about them, they got a lot of dogs, though, underdogs. Like, I just be thinking about, you know, people don't forget this, man. They traded him. Yeah, he was with the Clippers.
He was.
We didn't want you. We traded you, right? You look at some of the other guys they have on their team, they have a whole bunch of dogs that's trying to prove it. No doubt. So when you ask me, I think the gap is still close. If I had to pick, I got to go with OKC right now.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's fascinating. I think the gap is close, but for me, what gives the Lakers the edge in my mind is the Lakers have a player who can bother SGA. I don't know if the Thunder have players who can bother Vando to me.
Hold up. Say that again?
The Lakers have a player who can bother
the other part.
I don't think the Thunder have a player who can bother the Lakers.
So you don't watch them lock up?
I'm saying I don't think they have somebody who can keep Luka from getting 28. Who can keep Luka from getting 28?
Well, after this block,
they're young and athletic.
Correct, but I'm saying when I'm speaking specifically of Luka, I don't know of too many players in the NBA, and we've seen it over the course of Luka's first 6 years, who are D'ing up Luka.
When you get done, I'm gonna show you a stat line where Luka was talking about a certain defender in the whole league, which guy it was. I'm gonna let you go.
Please let me know that. So that's really what it comes down to for me is, like, I just don't know that, A, and then B, when you think about experience, the Lakers nucleus, they've both been to the finals. Obviously, LeBron James, he lives in the finals. Yeah. Luka been to the finals. The Thunder still, to me, an inexperienced team. That's why I would still, in a 7-game series, go edge Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, according to the standing, it's 11 games, right? But if you're taking them in a 7-game series, I think I'm going to go with the best closer of all time, LeBron James, and one of the best shooters that we've seen in the past few years with Luka. Thunder have more size, and I think they have a little bit more depth. But when you look at their big threes, because I can't get over the fact that you were saying, and I agree with the way Austin Reeves is playing, like he's in that conversation. When you look at LeBron, when you look at Luka, and you look at Reeves, I think overall it's better than SGA, Chet, and Jalen Williams. Like those three, I would tend to agree more with Shady. I'm going to take the 2 stud players, and if Austin can freaking make some shots like he was doing in a 7-game series, like, I think it's a lot closer than probably what people think.
I think the gap is very close. I think the 2 better superstars are with the Lakers. Even though Williams is coming along, he was an all-star this year. I think he's going to be a really good player. But I think the 2 best players are with the Lakers going up against SGA. The Thunder are good, man. They play team basketball. They play really good on the defense, and they run. But the matchup is so good for the Lakers. Because what do we say about the Lakers? They don't have a big. Mm-hmm. Chet is a big, but he's a little big. You understand what I'm saying? So we can match up with those. Can he shoot the 3-ball and can do a little bit of that better than the Lakers big? Sure. But they match up so well with the OKC Thunder. And I think in the playoffs, when the game is on the line, you have Luka, who's been there. You have LeBron, who's obviously been there. I like what the Lakers have more than OKC has, especially when that game's on the line, when you talk about the 2 superstars.
I don't know if y'all watching the defense for the OKC.
I am.
It don't sound like
I watched them last night.
Okay, but it won't take from my words or your words or his words or your words. Luka said this. Luka said, they asked, a Luka quote, he praises OKC guard Lou Dort, who said that the top 3 perimeter defenders in that league alongside of the Boston Celtics, Drew Holiday, and teammate Derrick Jones Jr.
I mean, they number 1 in defense.
But I'm saying Lou Dort plays for OKC. And he said that, he's one of my top 3 defenders. Alongside of his teammate, Derrick Jones Jr., and Drew Holiday. We all know who Drew Holiday is. So when y'all talk about, as I'm listening, y'all talk about defense, it's like, defense, and you say nothing about a guard Luka, he just told you, dude that gives him issues.
Nah, that's fair.
So, I mean, we gonna find out. And they linky. They linky and they play defense, and they young and they can run, so they can score. They can score. They have a closer, an SGA, and they play defense, and they linky.
Number one defense, Shady. You ain't lying.
We got breaking news in the NBA world, and it's not good. Kyrie Irving left the game yesterday for the Mavericks when we found out today a torn ACL.
Dang.
Mavericks now without Kyrie for the season. Anthony Davis has been hurt, and Luka Doncic no longer plays.
I think that is such low-life stuff to try when a young man is trying to make his way in the NFL. I think that's what I think about the tape.
You know what's crazy is because every good quarterback that I've been around got a little arrogance to him.
You have
All
to.
of them.
All of them. You understand what I'm saying?
No matter what color they all
no
got.
matter what color, no matter what it is, eventually they have some arrogance to them. So just because this young fella's coming off with that during some interviews, this is what you're going to get out of that, because all quarterbacks have it. And it brings you back to so many situations. If Bo Nix is yelling back at Sean Payton, oh, we love it. Look at, and if certain other players is doing it, what is he doing? Why is he talking about? That's part of it. I just hate you're attacking this young man and you don't know this young man. And this young man came off with a whole lot of confidence in these meetings, because you know who talking to him and preparing him for his meetings? His daddy. You the quarterback. You get up in there, you talk with a bunch of confidence, you let him know that you're ready to take over an organization and all that type of stuff. And to one dude to come out and say it, and not just when Shador leaves the room talk, hey man, he do.
Reporters.
You understand?
Yeah.
To come out and say it,
Indeed.
I hate you attacking this young man, and you don't even know Shador, dog.
There is something interesting Chase said, and I do think it's actually accurate, that teams can and will judge you if they don't feel like you need this.
No doubt.
Because some teams are like, oh, if you don't need this, you might not want this as bad. I've heard coaches have actually said this on the record in regards to recruits.
It's the
no,
truth.
wait. I think Deion said it. I think Deion said it about his defensive lineman, and he got in trouble for it. I think he said, like, I want dudes who, I don't know if he said, like, from, what did he say? You remember?
He said, I want my quarterbacks to have two parents in the house.
Yep.
And I want my DNs and all that to be single parents.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a second. I think Deion even said it.
But see, okay, so like I played with dudes that had money. Like Patrick Mahomes wasn't poor. Mm-hmm. Was he? No.
No, his dad was in there.
Okay, Josh Allen, people had paper. and they weren't, those guys, I bring them up because not only are they the best in the league, but they dogs.
Yeah.
When I look at Lamar Jackson, he's a dog, right? He come from the streets. We come from where we come from.
No doubt.
But Pat, the same dog, and he didn't come from that. Mm-hmm. So when I just like, sometimes I feel like, what are we talking about here? Because people make these narratives on kids because the way they might talk, the way they got their jewelry. What does that mean? We play football. So, yeah, I don't need – there's players I played with. Brent Selleck, one of my favorite teammates.
Brent.
Right? I remember joking with him like he had a nanny and like when he was a little kid. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he loved the game. He didn't need the league, but he loved the game. So if you don't need the league but you love it, you passionate about it, why does that matter?
It matters at the quarterback position.